How do we adjust our expectations while still staying ambitious? How do we be content and ambitious at the same time? And it's tricky, right? It's tricky. I wouldn't say that I've got that nail. But I can say I don't believe that I'm measurably happier today than I was, when I was just getting started. When I'm happiest, it's when I'm diving in and doing work I enjoy. When I'm happiest, it's when I'm diving in and working with people that I enjoy to work with. It's when I'm doing things that feel like they matter. It's when I'm doing things that give me energy, and that has nothing to do with money in the bank account.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Carrot Cast. Now, the Carrot Cast, we're usually diving in doing interviews with amazing real estate investors, amazing real estate agents. Now, in these episodes, every Thursday, they're the Trevor Truck Talks, where you get to hear behind the scenes of the mindset shifts I'm going through as a CEO of one of the fastest growing companies in America, and the mindset shifts you can take to run your business and win back your freedom as well. Let's dive into this episode.
Man, we're less than 2 weeks away from the next Carrot Camps, and I'm really excited about this event because we're doing a whole week of Carrot Camps, which is the first time that we've ever done this. So I'm excited to report back what I learned, the amazing experiences we all have, things like that. So if you're interested in checking out a Carrot Camp in the future, just go to carrotcamp.com, get on the waiting list. So as I'm kind of preparing for Carrot Camp, I'm thinking about, what do I want to talk about? How do I want to guide the campers? And one thing that keeps popping up in my mind, especially as you start to reach some sort of level of success, is in the early days. In the early days when you are trying to build whatever you're trying to build. You're trying to build a business. You're trying to build an income. You're trying to build your empire. Whatever it is. And I've talked about this a lot in the Carrot Camp, y'all. I talk about it a lot because it's honestly the truth. Like we trap ourselves into this backwards thinking so much as entrepreneurs. And I've said it many times before, but I've said the whole thing of the if-then thinking trap. It's the, if I achieve this, then I will be happy. If I achieve this income, then I will be happy. If I achieve this, marrying this spouse, then I'll finally be happy and fulfilled, or whatever it is, right? And my director of operations, Alex, I'm going to be bringing him on the podcast here in the next couple months. Alex is employee number 4, probably. He was our very first ever intern. He was my sidekick on the marketing team. And then he became the operations manager a couple of years ago. Excuse me. And then he got elevated up to director of operations at the beginning of 2020. And now he's on a major transformation himself in his thinking, his role. And it's been really proud of the way he's been growing. And so I want to bring him on so he can talk about what major mindset shifts he's gone through that give me the full confidence that he can run Carrot as the business, so I can buy back more time. I can start to do more of the things that give me even more energy, make more impact. And that's been a big deal for me lately. I'm going to do a whole episode on buying back your time. And I'm going to be focusing a lot of my talk at Carrot Camp on that subject, buying back your time. How do you do it? How do you do that stuff? But one thing that Alex talked to me about this past week, he hit me with a text message, and then we talked about it on a call. He said it really hit me because I asked him, I said, dude, what changed for you? Because you're showing up differently on calls. Your confidence level is up. The way that you're showing up energy-wise has just changed in a massive way. And dude, it just feels like you're ready to rock a higher level role, higher level leadership here at Carrot as we grow bigger and bigger. And he said the one thing, because he was always hard on himself. He's younger. He just turned 30. He was always hard on himself, like many millennials, where you want to be somewhere that you currently are not yet. Okay, you want to be at this level of income. You want to be at this level of achievement. You want to be at this level of a job title. And you feel like you should be there, but you're not. And like so, that's very common with the millennial generation. But also, I think it's something that we all share. And he said this. He said, I remember hearing a quote from someone, and I think his mentor possibly even told him this. He said, the definition of happiness, had it all backwards before. He said, the definition of happiness is expectations minus reality. Okay, the definition of happiness is expectations minus reality. Now, what does that mean? Expectations minus reality. So expectations first. Oftentimes we all have these big, big, big expectations about our job, about an income, about a spouse, about whatever it is. And sometimes we place these expectations way too large. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't dream big. I'm not saying that we shouldn't have big expectations. I'm saying that we oftentimes have the, man, when I achieve this thing, then that's what happiness will be, right? When I hit this income level, that's what happiness will be. Or, man, I'm not at the income level that I want to be at yet, so therefore I'm not happy. And so how do we flip that around? How do we adjust our expectations while still staying ambitious? How do we be content and ambitious at the same time? How do we be content and ambitious at the same time? It's tricky, right? It's tricky. I wouldn't say that I've got that nailed. But I can say I don't believe that I'm measurably happier today than I was, when I was just getting started. I can say that certain things are easier and certain things are harder. So you're just dealing with bigger problems. I can say it's not a bad thing to have money in the bank at all. That can buy some level of happiness for sure. But I can't say I'm measurably happier. When I'm happiest, it's when I'm diving in and doing work I enjoy. When I'm happiest, it's when I'm diving in and working with people that I enjoy to work with. It's when I'm doing things that feel like they matter. It's when I'm doing things that give me energy. And that has nothing to do with money in the bank account. Okay? It has nothing to do with money in the bank account. When I'm most happy, I'm doing things that give me energy, that I'm good at, and I'm doing them with people that I enjoy to work with. I can do that. You can do that at any income level, right? And so if we're talking about happiness, expectations minus reality, how do we make sure to elevate reality in our mind and not diminish our reality? Oftentimes, it's not about lowering our expectations. I think our expectations should be high. The big difference is we need to raise the reality. We need to raise how we look at our reality in our minds and not diminish it. Because oftentimes we diminish where we are. Oftentimes we diminish the progress we've made. Oftentimes we diminish what achievements we've had. Oftentimes we diminish the place that we're at versus the place that we were at a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years ago. And we don't have gratitude around that change, around that transformation. And so happiness equals expectations minus reality. Where a lot of people get this wrong, and I've been in this bucket many times as well, is I say, well, shoot, maybe I just need to lower my expectations and that's going to make me happy. That doesn't make me happy because then ambition goes away. If we lower expectations. It's about increasing, the way that we look at our reality. It's increasing the gratitude of what we already have right now. It's increasing the gratitude of what we get to do right now. Okay, if you're healthy and you're out there doing work that interests you with people you like, to work with, and that's an amazing thing to be grateful about. Elevate your current reality in your mind. Be grateful for that. If you're a believer in God, elevate God in your life, not the money. Okay, be grateful for your current reality. And it's a tricky, tricky thing to do. So I want to challenge you this week. This isn't technically a Life Truth episode. I didn't have this on my Life Truth list. I'm going to be adding it to my Life Truth list. I do have some other Life Truths around happiness for sure. But this one just stuck out to me because I've been thinking about it a lot. As I've been thinking about what to do with Carrot, as I've been thinking about what to do with my role, as I've been thinking about certain things that are difficult in a company when you're growing the pace that we are, and some difficult decisions I've got to make at the company over the next 6 to 12 months. It has me pulling back going, man, there's some hard things. I've got to deal with. Some things that honestly just aren't fun, right? That when you have 40 plus employees and you have a couple gaps in your team and there's some things not working exactly the way you want them to work, sometimes it can be easy to go, man, my reality is not what I want it to be. My expectations are way higher, therefore not happy, want to go do something different. But then I have to really pull back and go, damn, I've got it so good. Yeah, I worked my butt off to get here, but I've got it so darn good. Yeah, things aren't exactly the way I want them to be, but I'm going to elevate my reality in my mind, make sure I recognize how amazing it is, Just had my 15-year anniversary with my wife yesterday. And we had a chance to split out of work early and went out there and we did a wine tasting at one of my favorite wineries in town here in Roseburg. There's about 35, 36 wineries in town. And we went to Cooper Ridge, which is where we take carrot campers on the first day, kind of the pregame. And we went to a second winery downtown. And we started talking about, the building downtown that we bought and the renovations we're going to be doing and businesses. We were talking about that with the person who was running the wine bar there. And it was just really, really fun. And it's had me pulling back, going, man, I'm so grateful for my reality right now. So grateful. Because it's not always going to be this way. Someday health issues might pop up when I'm older, hopefully, in my hundreds. That's what I'm going for. Hopefully it's in my hundreds, right? But it just really soaked in and said, man, I've got a beautiful life, healthy family. I'm healthy. I have a stellar team, a business I'm just so passionate about, the people who work there and the people we get to serve. My income goals have been met, and now I'm going, cool, how do I make those even more ambitious so I can impact even more people? And take that and be an even greater example for rural entrepreneurs, how you can do big, amazing things. You don't have to do it in big cities. Happiness equals expectations minus reality. Your reality is likely pretty darn good. You might not be exactly where you want to be right now. You might have some goals you haven't hit. You might be getting discouraged in your business. You might be getting discouraged in what you're doing. And you can say, Trevor, it's easy for you to say that now where you are, but would you say the same thing 10, 15 years ago before you had some level of success? And I think at the time I wouldn't have, because I didn't have the wisdom for it. I didn't have the mindset for that. I wasn't listening to podcasts. I wasn't really listening to people that were helping to hone my mindset. I was stuck in my own mind. And so for you, you've got the luxury of listening to people who are a little bit ahead of where you are. And I know it's easy to think, well, shoot, I know for them, they say, it's easy for them, they say, when you have money that doesn't make you happy. But you know what? I think it is going to make me happy. I can tell you it's not. It's just not going to. Okay? It's not going to. If you're already not doing the things that make you happy, doing it, work that interests you, doing work with people that you enjoy, doing work that gives you energy, then you're probably not going to do that when you have a bunch of money either. And I can tell you that buying expensive things doesn't make you happier. There's that initial rush of adrenaline that those endorphins that do make you happier. But then just like anything that you buy, that new video game, the new whatever it is, that same rush will wear off, and then potentially, oftentimes, it becomes a liability for us mentally. We're trying to protect that thing that we bought, that fancy car or whatever it is. Now, I will say that there's an exception there. The exception is if you truly, truly enjoy the craft of that thing. And like, if you truly enjoy classic cars, as an example, and you bought that classic car and you're just so jazzed up about it and it's like art to you. If it's like art to you, I think that can bring joy and happiness. Every time you look at it, it's like art. I love art. If I see a piece of art on the wall that I truly enjoy, every time I look at it, it gives me joy, it gives me happiness. Okay? But if I buy something for the ego, if I buy something because it makes me look cooler with those around me, if I buy something because I thought that it would make me whole, that it would make me feel and look successful when I got the thing, and if I didn't buy it because of the art, then it's going to wear off pretty fast. You're going to go buy something else. You're going to buy something else. You're going to be on this perpetual hamster wheel of trying to find happiness through buying stuff. But I want you to find your art. What do you love? What gives you joy when you see it or experience it or feel it? And do that. Create that art. Use your work for that. Okay? Elevate your current reality, y'all. I'm going to finish with this. Head into the office, get a workout. One of my biggest aims at Carrot Camp this time around, like I said, is number one, I want to help people create a better income, because when you create a better income, you definitely can impact more people. You definitely can elevate and make your life better, for sure. So we're going to help people do that big time. But the biggest thing I want people to walk around with after Carrot Camp is I want them to feel even more grateful for their current reality, that they have a chance to fly across the country and go to this remote area in Oregon to hang out with people at something called Carrot Camp. I want them to be insanely grateful that they have a chance to start a business in a country that you can start businesses in. Some countries you can't. Some countries you can't do that. I want people to walk away grateful that there's even an opportunity to own real estate or help people in real estate. There's some countries you can't really do that easily. I want people to be walking around very grateful that we have the opportunity to serve people, human beings who need help with their houses, buyers or sellers. Okay? We have so much to be grateful for, y'all. I want you guys to have an amazing week. Look at your current reality. Soak in why it's so amazing. Soak in the things that you were looking at 5 years ago that you currently have today and that we probably don't look at with as much gratitude as we should. What were you wishing for 5 years ago that you currently have today that you said, man, once I get that, I'm going to be so happy? Okay, recognize those things. Elevate your reality. Use expectations for making your ambitions bigger, but elevate your reality so big that you don't even care at the end of the day if you hit those goals. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of the week. Like, subscribe. Hit me with a review on Apple iTunes if you have not done so already. It helps us to get higher in the iTunes rankings so more people can listen to the podcast, and hopefully we can change more lives. That's why I'm doing this. I don't do it because I enjoy sitting here in my truck recording a podcast. It gives me energy knowing there's people on the other side of this that can listen to this and hopefully get value and hopefully can change your life. That's why I love doing these. That's why it gives me energy. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of the time. Give me a review so I can check it out and see how I'm changing your life, and hope to see you at a Carrot Camp in the future. Talk soon.